almost to 80 episodes. This is episode 79, kids. I can't believe we've been conversating that many times.
I'm saying with
Conversation
coffee,
and
coffee
coffee.
and conversation.
Coffee. So I want to tell you
Cool.
something. So a few years ago, a guy contacts me online and says, "Wow, you're very popular." I look at the name,
Okay.
and his name is James Lott Jr. And I look at it, I go, "Am I messaging myself? What's going on?" And so I tend to go, "Oh my God, are you my doppelganger or whatever?" And he's a black dude. He's younger. He's way younger than I and everything. But his name is James Lott Jr. And he goes, we started talking. He goes, "I went to look myself up on Google, and all your stuff came up first."
Yeah.
I go, "Well, I mean, he's talking about friendship, and all these years. I don't know if we're related or not. I have no idea if we're related. He looks like kind of my people a little bit, so we could be. I don't know. Our name's not common. But anyway, so um, we talking about friendship, but he was in the whole health fitness sphere. That was
Mhm.
his thing. He has a son, James the third, or something like that, or whatever. And I said, no, I didn't name like nobody like that. So then we started talking, became friends. Then yesterday, he sends me a message on LinkedIn. We follow each other's stuff. And he's like, "I'm now an insurance broker."
Oh my God.
I go, "I can't escape that field. Save my life." I said,
No.
"Well, you don't know this about me, but I was in insurance for like 11 years." Like, what? And we had this whole conversation about that. And I said, "Well, if you need any contacts, I got people." And I said, "Here's my podcast." And he goes, "What?" Because I didn't know any of this. I go, "Well, I do a lot of stuff, so you can't always keep in track." But I said, Independent Voices was out for 3 years. You can check it out. I said, "I have a lot of contacts." And he was like, but it's funny, he's doing life and health.
Mhm.
I was like, "Okay." I said, "This is great." He's like, "Why did you leave? There's lots of money in it," or something like that. Or so he said something like that. I started laughing. I go, "Well, first of all, it wasn't my passion. Like that's number one. I did it just for the money."
Yeah.
But I said, no, but I'm still connected to it still. And I've learned a lot from it. And I said, "I'll tell you something." I said, "For you, if this is something you really want to do," I said, "it's a vast field and there's lots you can do in it. Since you are a healthcare professional, and now you're doing life and health, you could really carve out some for yourself." And I told him, I said, "Another James Lott in the business is not too hard." I love that. But
Aw.
I said, "You might get people going thinking it's me if they don't see your face first. So just or my father. My father was in insurance. I said he was in medical field. So I said, just keep that in mind. If someone goes like talks to you like they know me or they know you could be my father and I." So that's funny. So it's like a weird. So another James Lott, folks, is in the business.
Crazy. Crazy.
I
It's
know.
funny when you say that, having an identical twin in your business is hysterical when you go to conferences or you go to meetings. And Melanie and I report back to each other all the time. It's like she says, "This woman came up and gave me this huge hug, and then she kind of, I think, saw the look on my face, and she realized that it wasn't you."
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah,
I
I
have
love it.
something fun to share.
Please
Les
share
and
it.
Les and
Please.
I took in Funny Girl at the Amundsen
Dommonson, yes.
last Sunday. Amazing show. Super duper big Barbara Streisand fan right here.
Same
Me.
here.
Yes,
Same
yes,
here.
yes.
Same
And
here.
James, of course. And the reviews were really good. So I got really excited to see the actress and the singer. And man, she is so good.
I saw a piece.
So good.
I saw a piece of the performance, and Tony Moore, our friend on here, he went and saw it too.
When she broke out with people, I actually got chills. Like she was that good.
Don't
Um,
tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring on the clouds, don't rain on my parade. Don't tell me not to fly, I simply have to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you.
that's it.
No, but no, because Tony had never knew the story. You heard the big hits, of course. You
Oh,
heard
he
the
didn't
hits.
know this. So he'd never seen the movie or
Oh,
the. Oh
remember
my
he's
goodness.
younger than us too, so he just didn't. He never did. And I go, that's where Barbara Streisand won her Oscar. Her first Oscar was for playing Fanny Bryce, and
Yeah.
he said that. And I don't know about you, but he said that. Oh my God, I'm in this business. I understand looks and being funny and like that. He related to it so he was like, I relate. That's why I love the power of musicals and story. He was like, I related to his story more than I thought I was going to. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. I think a lot of us can relate at different levels. Melissa Manchester, amazing. She
I'm
plays
a
Miss
Manchester, go on,
Price.
girl.
Ooh,
I know she's
it
still around.
was it was really good. Cast, the whole ensemble was great. They did a wonderful job. Not a bad seat in the Amundsen Theater, by the way. You can sit anywhere and be connected to the stage. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Funny Girl, amazing. We bought the poster, all signed by the cast.
Oh
It was
wow.
a donation for one of the charities that the theater company supports. And I thought, babe, rather than get a t-shirt, I
Yes,
want the signed poster.
yes. That's great. I
So,
love
because
it.
you never know. I mean, one day
Right.
this be a huge star
Hmm.
and was kind of hired through like, she wasn't, no one really knows of her. She's out of Florida. That's where she went to school. So amazing voice, amazing talent. Really enjoyed it, recommended it. It's running through the end of April. So if you haven't caught it and you can, it's worth the money.
Okay, so Mr. Manchester, don't you hear how she talks about you? Don't you hear what she say? What she say? She was like being
You're so
um,
cute, James. Oh
I
my
love it.
God.
I do. I sing everything. But here's the deal, folks. So I'm going to the Amundsen Theater. I'm gonna give a shout out to you in June. I'm seeing A Strange Loop. It's a Tony Award winning story written by Michael R. Jackson. And it's about a gay man and his inside personalities. They're all on stage. It's like 7 personalities, and they all have anxiety and this and that. They're all just talking at him. And it's a whole story about him coming to terms with who he is. And I saw the thing on Broadway. I saw a piece of it on Broadway. And I'm like, I want to see that. And Leap Day, it'll be at Leap Day this year, February 29th. They had a sale, $29 any seat.
What?
So for the Amundsen, and Melissa is right. There's not bad seats there anyway. I got orchestra seating, like 3rd row, $29.
Nice. Nice.
So I'm gonna be
Wow. That's
yeah.
cool. That's
Now
very, very
yeah. And Tony got tickets too, but he's going a different night. $29 seat too. I got an
yeah.
email. I'm part of the center theater group or whatever. I get all the I think it's the Amundsen, um,
Mark Taper
Mark Taper,
and the
Mark Douglas, and
my
Pantages.
God. Oh, but what about Dorothy Chandler?
Is that still around? I thought one of them closed.
No, it's there.
So there, okay, Dorothy Chandler. I know. I've been all of them, but I didn't know they were still open.
Yeah.
But they're
I love
all
the I saw Wicked there and I've seen other shows there, but it's like I love going in Hollywood. You can have a great meal, you go to the theater. Yeah, I love it. It's a great location.
this last weekend, as we're recording this, it was also Record Store Day.
Today is Record Store
It
Day?
was on the 20th. I was on 420. It was Record Store
Oh,
Day, and so I was out
420.
shopping. We almost came to Tarzana, our place CD Trader. Shout out to CD Trader. We love them. But we stayed in the airport area. Went to High Sound Station, and I found some goodies. One of the goodies I found, Madonna's 50 #1 hits. It's all
Wow.
50 of her #1 hits. That's how big it was, in a nice huge booklet. It's all her
Wow.
covers of her singles. If you're listening to this, you can't see it. I'm showing it on screen. But it's 3 CDs. It was only like $20.
Wow. It's amazing to think she has 50 top singles.
Yeah. She's been around since 1982.
Powerhouse.
And as we're talking, I want to see your reaction. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees, the inductees, have been announced. Have you heard yet who they are?
Cher.
Okay, so Mary J. Blige, Jimmy Buffett, the late Jimmy Buffett, Cher, Dave Matthews Band.
Hmm.
I'm not a big fan of. Foreigner. I love Foreigner. I
Love
love Foreigner. I
Foreigner. We
love
grew up on Foreigner. Again, high
Sure
school.
did. We sure did. Like, it's just urgent, hot blooded, yeah,
Yep.
and steam. I got a fever of 103. Anyway, Peter Frampton, which brings me back to my older sisters.
Um,
Loved that album. Frampton Comes Alive was so huge that
yes.
I want, so they were into that. They're into that. Cool the Gang.
Not really.
Cherish the love we have. You, Joanna, I love you. It's cool. Remember Cool the Gang?
Of course.
Like, I'm like, I'm gonna sing all these. And then, well, somebody named Alexis Corner, who that is. MC5, which is a punk band. Ozzy Osbourne.
Wow. I didn't realize he wasn't already in.
I think he's in with Black Sabbath.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's like, she's in the past. She's from Motown. Big Mama Thornton, A Tribe Called Quest, which I like them. And I love Do You Know the Way to San Jose?
Oh, yeah.
Dionne Warwick is going
Yeah.
in.
Good.
On Whitfield. So I'm very happy. There's some good choices, but I mean, we love some Cher. Lois and Cher. Lois was a half breed. That's all I ever heard. Half breed. How I learned to hate the word. That was my song growing up too.
Oh, you're so cute today. I
I
love
feel
your mood.
I'm in a good mood today.
You are.
I slept.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the Rock Hall of Fame. So I also thought it was kind of cool. So I was looking at all that. I'm like, it should be fun. I always watch the ceremony later. They always like post it later somewhere, and I watch it. It should be good. It's always fun to see who inducts them.
Right.
Last year was Drew Barrymore inducting the Go-Go's, and she
Really.
recreated the cover on stage. The first album was with them all in towels and face stuff.
Yes.
She literally,
Yes.
while she was talking, put on towels, put on a towel, put face on her face, and the Go-Go's loved it. Oh my god!
I love the Go-Go's.
My brother and I
Love
both.
the Go-Go.
The Go-Go's were the bomb. My brother were like, they were very Los Angeles. They were Los Angeles.
They
They were
definitely
the
were.
first girl group to go #1. I mean, like,
Yeah.
an album, and they played
Yeah.
their own instruments.
Yes. And they actually sang.
They sang. Linda Carlisle, you go, Linda Carlisle.
Because there are some groups back in our day that didn't sing.
We won't talk about that right now.
We won't.
Yes, there are some folks who, I mean, the music was good, and whoever was singing, it was great.
Right.
Whoever was the lead vocals were, I mean, stuff comes out all the time. Like when that was my vocal, they're like, well,
Mm.
it's whatever it was. But they did their own. But they, like I said, they did their own music. They hung out with the boys. They worked it out. They were the first. I mean, they were the first, and their songs are totally totally 80s. Like
Yes. Captured a whole generation in their music. It's still fun to listen to when it comes on and I'm driving down the road. It brings me back to driving on Ventura Boulevard in my Camaro listening to
Camaros. I like Camaros. I like Camaros. I know. On this show, a lot of times we go back in time, but that's when the best time was. No, did I got making me cry? My God, my eyes. No, I love that time period. I mean, obviously there were problems back then too, but I don't know. It just seemed like life was easier.
Well, I think the problems that we had weren't as big.
Yeah.
And I don't remember ever, because again, we're all so connected worldwide now with technology. Our troubles weren't as big. They didn't feel as ominous because it was kind of very local and centralized as opposed to everything that you know everything that's going on in the world. And right now it's not a great time.
It's not at all.
So I get it. But back then things were simpler, absolutely simpler.
Are there any other shows you're planning on seeing? Do you have anything you're planning on seeing besides you saw Funny Girl? Anything else coming up?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna go see one of my favorites, Melissa Etheridge and
Okay.
Jewel live. That's my birthday treat.
Very good.
And I think we're gonna go see Clue the Musical, which is also at the Amundsen after the Funny Girl run. So yeah, I think we're definitely gonna go see that. And it's funny because we love the theater, but we don't go enough.
Yeah, same here.
And I love it. I love going out and it feels big and you get to, there were people playing, like instruments right there.
That happens sometimes, yes.
Yeah, like, that's exciting all in itself is, people making music and then people singing to the music and yeah, so.
Like I say, because when I saw Six, it's a band behind them on stage. I was like, oh yeah, they're actually playing. Like you're right, it's not the orchestra. It's like they're on stage. It's all
Yeah.
female, and they
Oh,
played
cool. Six,
the wives of Henry VIII. But it was a whole female band behind that. I thought it was very cool. You're right. It was a different. It was like a concert. It was like a different experience.
Yeah, that's yeah. So, and I mean, when you go to Vegas, you take in the shows, but we have so much rich
Mhm.
culture in the arts right here.
They do.
I just don't take advantage of it enough.
I saw 3 shows last year, so I think I did pretty good. I think that was coming out of the pandemic and the strikes and everything. I saw 3 shows last year, so I'm pretty good. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah. I went
This
to
year,
a number of concerts,
oh yeah, in
but
concert.
not really theater. And I really love theater.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. Tony goes all the time. He's always been in theater all the time. He goes more than
Yeah.
I do. I said, "You're young, of course you do all the time." Oh, I got responsibilities. I got things to do. I can't
Yeah.
go.
I'm in bed by 9, Tony.
Me too. Me too. Most of the time. So I'm like, but I know, I know I do love it. I know folks who've never done a live event. They've never done live. They don't even know what that's like. And I'm like, you guys are missing out. You don't know. It's a different energy than watching something on a TV screen or a movie screen.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the smaller the venue, I think the better because you can connect so in a smaller venue. So like at the Amundsen, it's big, but it's small enough that you feel it's a more intimate setting. And the Pantages is a little bit bigger. Dorothy Chandler Pavilion, forget it. It's like this huge, theater. But I am really excited to see Melissa Etheridge. I mean, I love her. Love her.
You know what's funny? I know nothing against her, of course. I mean, I'm fine with her. But Jewel, that first album. I was like, oh, like okay, take that folk music somewhere else. Not a fan. Then she did a dance album, and I loved it. She had her song. It was the big hit was Intuition, which they made into that
Yes.
whole commercial with the shake or whatever. But the album itself, the whole album, there was oh my gosh, a song called America on there, and You're Doing Fine, and there's a song that and 1+1 equals me or something like You and Me. That whole album I fell in love with, and I was
Okay.
like lyrically and musically, it was number 2 on the charts, but it was critically not a huge thing. They were like Jewel doing dance, but I was like, but no, she's actually talking about serious issues that are set to dance music, and dance doesn't get the praise it usually gets anyway. But that turned me around to her. I actually like that. And so now I kind of like some of her other songs since then and whatever. And her story is very interesting, of course. She's from Alaska. But I was never a fan of hers at first. Then I started to like her stuff after that. So I'm like, so I'll give Jewel some. I wouldn't mind seeing Jewel in concert. But Melissa's like, she's a pioneer. She came out of the closet. She's a rocker. She's all those things. But I never got into her like some people did. I never got into her. She reminds me of Bruce Springsteen, but like a female version.
Yeah, that's actually I agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with that. And I love both of them, but she's like a big deal. She was on a radio when we listened to radio shows that were
Yes.
programmed.
Yes.
7 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting ready to go to work, right? And Melissa Etheridge is on, and they're like, "Hey, we see you brought your guitar, Melissa. You plan on singing?" She said, "Absolutely." And they're like, "Wait, really?" But it's like 7 in the morning. Are you worried about your voice cracking? She's like, "Please." And she just belted out, "Come to my window." And I was like, I love you so much.
Because she practiced before she got there. Don't worry about her. She's not worried about that. She's like, I am a pro. So those folks, they can perform anywhere, anytime, anyhow, whatever. They're pros. She's a
Yeah.
musician. That's the thing about her that I get. She's a
Yeah.
musician.
Yeah.
I like a lot of these. I like a lot of the indie women. I mean, I do. When I was a big Tori Amos fan, and like Amy Mann, and there's a lot of those chicks. I like, Sarah McLachlan and Paula Cole. I like a lot of them. I was
Yeah.
like, a lot of those chicks I like, and they're doing it for themselves, and Melissa was one of them. But she also came out of the closet, which was a big deal in the '90s, and it made her more popular. It didn't stop her.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of had the Ellen effect.
Right.
Ellen got kicked, but then she got back up again and became huge,
Yes.
so but yeah, no music, I mean, it's so rare today that you can look forward to something, but I'm really looking, I feel like a kid that's got Disneyland on the calendar on the refrigerator, and every day I go and I look at that day and I get excited.
That's so funny. So, what are your thoughts on? We have two albums out right now that are just breaking everybody, breaking the internet, breaking everybody's stuff. Beyonce's country album and Taylor Swift's new album. Any thoughts on any of those?
Well, unfortunately, James, I am not prepped for that question because I haven't even heard any of the music. Haven't I? So don't have an opinion. If I must be totally honest, I would probably lean towards Beyonce over Taylor Swift, just
Interesting.
because
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
can, don't identify with Taylor Swift. My
Not a
13-year
Swiftie.
old granddaughter and my 10-year-old granddaughter do very much. But yeah, great in concert. She was great in concert. But
You saw both of them, didn't you? You saw Beyonce too, didn't you?
yeah, very, very fortunate to have seen both of them last year.
Yeah, they did. No, they both give good shows, I'm sure. I have nothing against either of them. So I mean, just for people at home, I do like some Beyonce songs. They're good. But all the country women are like they're behind her, Dolly Parton
Right.
and
Well,
all
you
they're
have to
all behind her.
support like women supporting women is a thing. It's not like, you can't say that. You have to actually do it,
Yeah.
and support it. So when somebody crosses over into your genre and you are about women, then you gotta welcome them, like why wouldn't you?
No.
Have you heard any of it?
Oh, Beyonce's, yes. I mean, I've heard all both of them put out like 31 songs, or I'm like, I can't listen to all that. But I did. There's just like they make a lot of music, but some of the ones I've heard from Beyonce, I do. Her version of Jolene is good. Her song with Miley Cyrus is my favorite.
Really?
Oh my God. I'm not even a huge Miley Cyrus fan, but I like the song is on repeat for me. And it's just a song. Nancy Sinatra came out and endorsed it. She takes These Boots Are Made for Walking and repurposes it in a song called Ya Ya. It's a fun song. So Beyonce worked it out. Taylor, I heard one of the new songs with Post Malone, and it's really good. I heard the rest of it, like I said, 31 songs. I haven't heard the rest of the album yet. But they're
Yeah.
both like breaking the bank. I mean, of course. They're
Oh, I
both,
bet.
yeah, they're both breaking the bank. So I love that. So it was good. But Beyonce, I was like, okay, she's from Texas. Like, okay, sure, why not? They hear country down there. I mean, why wouldn't she know country?
Right. And why not even try it? I mean, you're Beyonce. You can
Yeah,
really do
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
you want.
and also, before we end, I mean, we got to celebrate an anniversary. Apparently, 16 years as Philip and Associates. Is that true?
Oh, yes, you're backed on LinkedIn.
Yes, I'm back on
The
LinkedIn.
work anniversary,
Yes.
16 years. It's a long time to be a
So,
business.
wait a minute, so you started right before I left San Francisco. I guess you must have started. You guys started.
Well, we launched April 1st, 2008.
Yeah, I was still San Francisco. Yeah, I was in San Francisco.
2008. God, that seems so far away.
Yeah, I know.
So
What
thank
did
you.
you do?
It's been a wild ride. These past few years have been absolutely the worst. Um, and
And I'm following all the insurance stuff right now. It's crazy.
oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. But it's an accomplishment owning your own business for 16 years, so but it's just another day for us. It's crazy. Like after 5 years, you go, okay,
Right,
like 5-year milestone is a big one. And
right.
now I'm like, oh, has it been 16 years?
Yes, that's crazy, but that's and what do you contribute as one reason for your success?
Foundation. I worked for several people, several different organizations, including my dad's, and had a very strong foundation where when we started Philip and Associates, I was very confident in what I was doing and how to do it. And you know, I had a path in mind. Like I could visualize what I wanted the agency to be and how I wanted people to feel, when they were doing business with us, because I had, you know, 15 years work experience. So I credit foundation, honestly. And I also had relationships that I had already made in the business. So, it made it easier to gain, some company appointments and different things. So foundation, I credit for the longevity of it. And it's
Congratulations.
tough. It's tough being in business, Not everybody gets an insurance appointment with a big carrier. especially in a boutique, like we're a small boutique firm. So, that's the challenge is working towards earning the direct appointments with the insurance carriers. So we've done okay.
Good.
We've done okay.
It's not easy. It's not easy, folks. It's not at all.
Yeah. I have a hard time talking about it because when we started, the business was so different, but it was only 16 years ago. And I feel like now really in a bad place. Honestly, if I'm being honest with everybody in insurance industry, it doesn't make me happy to be in conversations with clients where people are saying, I just can't afford I can't afford fire insurance. That's never in a million years would have imagined we'd be here. So yeah, 16 years.
16 years. And you'll survive. 16 years, we can do it. I mean, we've seen
Oh yeah, I mean, the big word this around is resiliency, right? We all have to learn to be resilient
Yep.
and yeah. But when you're going through it, you have feelings and opinions as you're bumping along. You need to express them, and it's a wackadoodle time. So
Yeah, I'm seeing all this stuff. I'm like, woo! I'm just,
aren't you glad that you got out?
yes. I'm like, I'd rather do this and kind of watch. I'd rather watch and report on it. I don't want to be in it. Because we're going through our own stuff and we're trying to hopefully June 30th, there's another strike in our business.
I had no idea what
yes.
strike is coming.
Now it's the crew again. IATSE, which is the whole crew. I mean, you don't have a crew, you can't do a production. It's but also the soap opera actors too. Now it's their turn. They have a different contract than the regular actors. They were able to work while the strikes were going on. All their stuff is up June 30th.
Oh gosh.
So we're all on pins and needles about that one because we just went. LA has not recovered yet from pandemic / strikes.
Yeah.
2 strikes last year. We went for 9 months out of a year. 9 months. Productions are still. We're coming back a little bit, but it's not. It's. I mean, and everything surrounding it in terms of, and like you said, we talk about insurance, how that affects everything too.
Right.
These are things that affect everything too, like restaurants, also like insurance, restaurants, cleaners, businesses, anything adjacent to the business. So it's funny that you guys are going through something and we're kind of been going through something, and that's the whole point. Anybody insurance, I mean, it's crazy, and so we're trying to hope they avoid. I don't want another strike because if they do that, then we're screwed. We're literally screwed. All the progress we're trying to make now will just drop.
Yeah. I don't, would they take that into account?
No,
or is it just no?
Greedy. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start. Oops, it's early morning. I was gonna start cussing. I stopped. I was gonna start cussing, but just greedy folks. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. There are greedy folks, and like you said, I think the other week we were talking about insurance. Is that some folks they just don't care. They're setting up regulations the way they feel like setting it up, and that's it, kids. And they don't think about any of the other stuff.
Right.
And that's and insurance is a basic need, no matter what it is, everybody needs at some point. And in California, there's certain insurances that you need that are for out here.
Right.
To understand and
yes. And several that are required by different state regulations, like auto and workers' comp. So,
that I follow, IB Cal and all this other time. My buddy Steve Young and Rick Dinger's been in the news a lot recently. Our buddy.
How's he? What is he doing? I haven't seen him.
Talking about some stuff that's not good insurance. He's out there talking about.
Oh, yeah.
He's a pun. He's giving us he's been around. I mean, Rick is a star, is a rock star. He's been around for
He is a rock star.
He's a rock star. I always call him his brother. He's like has a brother from another mother. He's a rock star, and he's out there, and he knows how to speak, so he's out there speaking it out. And I saw him on some morning show there, and I was like, oh, there's Rick. I know Rick. But it's like there's a lot to talk about. I mean, so in both of our fields, there's a lot to talk about that are affecting everything, and especially Southern California, it needs insurance. Like something like this for many various reasons.
Yes.
Down here, like down. I mean, this is a small town. This isn't rural America. It's not rural America.
It is not.
No.
No.
We need stuff. So we'll stop there, of course. This is, like I said, episode 79 of Coffee and Conversation with James and
Melissa.
Happy anniversary, Melissa, to your business.
Thank you.
Not an easy feat. And our show, we're heading towards 100. We're going to plan something for 100. We've been talking about we're going to plan something for 100. We got another 20 episodes to go, but we're going to get there. It'll be here before you know it. But actually, the week this actually airs, it will be my birthday. So I just want to say, everybody out there, thank you so much in advance for all the birthday wishes. You guys are very kind. And I'm glad that I've made it another year. It's not, some people don't make it. So, I mean, we are here. Me and Melissa are here. And we're going to continue having our conversation and our you can follow us on all streaming platform services except for Google. Like Google's now not doing podcasts anymore, apparently. But Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Deezer, iHeartRadio, we are there. Coffee and Conversation with James and Melissa. We love you guys.
Bye.